Thank you guys for joining me today. Unafraid, right or wrong. It is Friday. It's Friday. Guess what tomorrow is? You know what it is. Conor McGregor, Floyd Mayweather tomorrow. And as much as many people were talking about they weren't going to watch the fight and all this, you're watching the fight. You're watching the fight. You can't help but watch the fight if you are a sports fan. And that got me to looking at the numbers, the odds, and all this. So because you see so many people saying, "Oh, McGregor's gonna win. McGregor's gonna win." I believe it. I know it. He believes in himself so much. Listen, belief in yourself has never won a fight before. First of all, I put out a poll on Twitter. Does anybody really believe that McGregor can win? And if so, I want to know why. Because I want to know why. Approximately 92% of the bets have been on McGregor at the Westgate. But mind you, 92% of the bets have been on McGregor, but 77% of the money has been on Mayweather. See, do you know what that says to me? What that says to me is that people are hoping that McGregor can possibly win. So they're going to put a little couple coins on it because he's getting 4-1 odds essentially. Mayweather's winning this fight. And then there is the puncher's chance, right? I saw Antonio Tarver knock out Roy Jones Jr. He ducked his head, closed his eyes, and hit him with a punch. I am still leaving that open option, right? But there have already been multiple six-figure bets on Floyd Mayweather. Is there anybody that thinks that Conor McGregor is going to win? Please raise a hand, because I certainly don't. It makes no sense. Like, Floyd Mayweather has fought Oscar DeLaHoya. He's fought Pacquiao, Maidana. He's fought Marquez, Sugar Shane, all these Hall of Fame boxers. And you guys seem to believe that Conor McGregor, who does not box, is going to beat him. Can you please explain to me why? I mean, you're not using logic. If Hall of Fame fighters can't beat Floyd, why in the hell do you think that McGregor is going to? Exactly. That's it. Everybody's hoping. Everybody's hoping that he can win. And so the odds on the fight is right now, depending on where you look, Mayweather's odds are -500 to -600 at some places. And then in the UK, he was down to -450. Do you know what that means in English for you people who don't bet on sports? What that means is he's a 4 to 5 to 1 favorite. And that means if you bet like some of these 6-figure bets and 7-figure bets, if you bet $1 million on Floyd, you only win 200,000. But conversely, if you bet, because Conor's plus 325, if you bet $1 million on Conor, then you win $3.25 million. I don't even understand. I'm not a huge bettor on sports, but it just doesn't make sense to me why on earth that you would bet on Floyd in this fight. You know Floyd's going to win, but I don't understand why you bet on the fight. Just because the odds are so far stacked against you, like you have to bet such huge sums of money. So for every $100 that you bet on Floyd, you only win 20. I'm the kind of guy I just generally like to bet on the underdog in case he wins. But in this case, doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. I truly believe that this fight is more likely to end up with a foul, with Conor McGregor fouling, doing an MMA move like a leg kick or something, than Mayweather, than him actually beating Mayweather. That's more likely. It's more likely that the fight ends in a foul than it does Conor McGregor beating Floyd Mayweather. It just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. And I just looked at the weigh-in. So I was watching the weigh-in. Did anybody else watch the weigh-in? Conor McGregor truly looked emaciated. He looked emaciated in the weigh-in. jaw thin, looked almost sickly. I know that fighters have to cut weight to make that, and he was having a little bit of trouble. But as you get older, as you mature, when you keep yo-yoing weight, like you saw Roy Jones try to go light heavyweight, all that, it takes a toll on your body. And that weigh-in, Conor was way too hyped. That showed that he was not ready for this moment. The moment got too big for Conor. The moment got way too big for Conor McGregor. He's all that doing it. I mean, like, come on, man. You got to settle down. That's why Floyd was able to remain calm. He's been here before. And that's one thing that Floyd, I think he does a masterful job in terms of hyping his fight so much. They get so big that his opponents, although they may be good, like this is the psychological warfare that Conor's trying to do. Floyd amps it up on a whole nother level. He puts you on a stage that you've never been on, and now you feel uncomfortable. You feel like you got to go out and I got to go out and put on a show to sell the fight. I got to go put on a show because this is the biggest betting event in Vegas history, in Vegas boxing history. Almost $80 million are going to be gambled on this fight, more than Pacquiao Mayweather. And that's what is like astonishing to me, is that all this money is getting bet on the fight. 77% of it is on Floyd, but 92% of the bets have been on Conor. That means that people really don't believe Conor's going to win, because people put their money where they think that where it's safe. You're just not going to throw $100,000 on Conor hoping that he wins, hoping that you come away with 325. No. No, you're not. You might put $1,000 on it. You might put a couple hundred on it, but that's just not what people do, because it doesn't make sense. And I don't know if you guys saw that tweet that Oscar DeLaHoya put out. He said, F Floyd Mayweather and F Conor McGregor, they're ruining boxing. They're disrespecting the sport of boxing. Oh, really? Oh, is that so, my friend? The ironic part of that is that Oscar DeLaHoya, I mean, listen, the dude just says stuff. He just does stuff. He's got a problem. He could be high right now. But he was asked about this, right? Not too long ago. About Conor McGregor versus Canelo Alvarez. He said that's the only fight that makes sense. He said he'd love to promote Conor McGregor, and that if he's serious about boxing, then a fight with Canelo Alvarez is the only one. Exactly. He's super salty. He's super salty. Okay, and here's the part that kind of that interests me, is that there's so many people in the United States rallying around Conor McGregor. Where's all this patriotism that you guys are talking about when it comes to Kaepernick? Like, you guys are upset about Kaepernick kneeling at the flag. We're Americans. This is the best country ever. All this. I believe those things. But why are we not rooting for the American guy? Why is there so much hate against the American guy? Answer me that, please. Answer me that. Answer me why there is so much hate on Floyd Mayweather when he's the American, when we have been just arguing so much about our patriotism lately. Huh? Can anybody tell me that? You guys please like the feed, share the feed. We're bringing you this every day, because it doesn't make sense to me. I do know the answer. See, I'm going to point it to a couple things, right? One, Floyd is not necessarily the most likable guy in the whole world. People are jealous of his wealth. People are jealous of, that he's been able to be 49-0. They think that he should have fought Pacquiao later. They want him to lose. That's why he makes so much money, is because he's a polarizing figure. He's a polarizing figure. That's why he makes so much money, because people not only watch Floyd Mayweather to see him win, but more people actually watch him to see him lose. Is Floyd egotistical? Hell yes. Do you listen to Conor McGregor talk? I mean, did anybody see his press conferences with Diaz and any other guy? But they don't make that. That doesn't make sense to me. How Conor gets a pass for being a jerk, calling people boys, calling them. Just doing all this. It doesn't make sense. Why are we not rooting for the American? What Oscar said is he just tweeted it out. He said F Floyd and F McGregor because he really wanted this fight against Canelo. That's what it's really about. He's super salty. The next thing up is I just don't really think that Oscar DeLaHoya should be talking anyway, because I can't trust anything that he says, because this might be mean to say, but it's a fact. This is what we're all thinking. That, in 2 weeks, he'll be apologizing for this, apologizing for his tweet because he's back in rehab. That's what it is. Sucks, but that's the truth. But to go back to the odds on this fight, most of the money's on Floyd. Oh yeah, and you can't trust the dude in fishnets. I think that Conor McGregor is an excellent MMA fighter because he is. He's an excellent MMA fighter. However, when it comes to boxing, boxing is about angles. Boxing is about the sweet science. The definition of boxing is literally the sweet science. Hit people and don't get hit. And Floyd is the best ever at that. I was talking about Oscar DeLaHoya will probably be back in rehab after he recants his tweet and once everybody called him out. It's a sweet science. Hit people and don't get hit. And Floyd is the best at that of all time. He gets his hit percentage is less, and his actual delivering hits is one of the highest percentage. His connect percentage is one of the highest in boxing history. So how can you go against that like that? In no way does that make sense. In no way. And I will say this, that Conor has more, not just heart, but he's got effort. He has a will to win, and he's got confidence in himself. No other fighter has this much confidence in himself as Floyd and Conor do. But wouldn't you say that Conor is he is either fooling himself because he's trying to fool us? Because there's no way in the small part of his brain that he thinks, oh my God, I might be swimming in the deep end right now. I really might get in there and this dude is a lot better than I thought he was. Because that's the one thing about boxing, which is unique from pretty much every other sport. In tennis, you can be playing one-on-one. But the difference is somebody's not punching you in the face. Like there's nobody coming in there to save you. Your trainer can't save you. There are no timeouts. None of that. Okay, so all of you that are saying Conor McGregor is going to win, please tell me why. Please tell me what on earth that you have seen out of Floyd Mayweather in his illustrious 49-0 career that leads you to believe that Conor McGregor can win. Pressure on pressure on pressure, right? Here's the thing about pressure and Floyd Mayweather. Remember this. He has fought some big volume punchers. He fought Pacquiao, who everybody was like, oh my God, he's going to throw so many punches against him that he won't be able to beat him. He fought Marquez. He's fought Cotto, Canelo, guys who throw a lot of punches. And guess what happens? They get in the fight with Floyd and they have the lowest punch outputs they've ever had in their career. The lowest punch outputs in their whole career against Floyd Mayweather. And you think that Conor McGregor is going to be able to put enough pressure on him to change that. He's not even a professional boxer. I mean, he's not. And the reason why those punchers, those volume punchers, stop throwing punches is because Floyd Mayweather comes with straight shots and he hits you. He hits you hard. It may not feel like a Mack truck like some of these other guys, but it stings you. It stings people enough that they stop throwing punches. I tell you that much. He can't. There's this, he can win if he stays close to Floyd's body. No, he can't. Like, do you understand that Floyd is a great inside fighter, great outside fighter? We talk about age. Floyd's 40 years old now. I mean, but the man takes care of himself, doesn't drink, doesn't smoke, trains his ass off day in and day out. It's phenomenal to me. Like the level of vitriol and hate against Floyd Mayweather, who is an American fighter, is phenomenal to me when he's fighting a foreigner. Doesn't make sense to me, especially since we got all this patriotism running around. Explain me that. Because I don't think that you can. I don't think that you can give me a good reason why, with all this patriotism floating around, that we would be rooting for, that so many people would be rooting for Mayweather aside from, be rooting for McGregor instead of Mayweather. This fight will likely, well, not likely, but it is possible that this fight ends in a foul. I see Mike Tyson, Holyfield all over again. Conor gets frustrated. He's getting his ass whooped. And then he just reverts back to, and it's like, I'm just going to kick him in the legs. I'm going to kick him in the head. I mean, there is this reach thing that we're talking about. Do you guys understand that Floyd fought Oscar DeLaHoya, who's way bigger, with a longer reach? He fought Diego Corrales, big puncher, longer reach, no problem. So many times he's fought bigger fighters with longer reach, and it hasn't been a problem. I mean, these are Hall of Fame guys, and you think you can't put these two things together. You can say, I hope Floyd Mayweather loses and Conor McGregor knocks him out. But you can't say, I believe that it's going to happen. Those two things are separate issues. Can't say, oh, Floyd is jinxed. He's betting on himself. All this. No. You know what this fight is going to look like? When Floyd Mayweather fought, what is his name? When he beat him up super bad. Hold on. Let me tell you. I mean, it's going to be worse than Ricky Hatton. Oh my gosh, I'm so upset I can't remember his name right now. It is no, not Ortiz. It's before that. Name starts with a G. Oh, come on. Jeez Louise. Before Cotto. Oh, Arturo Gatti. That's who I'm talking about. No, Arturo Gatti. That's who this fight is going to look like. If you guys remember that fight, that was an absolute wipeout. That was the last time that, actually, well, it wasn't the last time, but one of the last times that Floyd knocked somebody out. He hasn't knocked anybody out since 2007. Oh, I definitely think it's a possibility that Floyd knocks him out. Because there's a war, there is attrition. There's attrition. Because remember this, Conor hasn't gone 25 minutes in a fight but once, I believe. Once. Boxing matches are 36 minutes. So Conor's body is not used to doing that. It's not used to doing that. I just don't see it. There's only one fighter that I've seen that had an opportunity to beat Floyd Mayweather that I believed was good enough to win, except for he didn't train hard enough to beat him. He didn't have the discipline to beat him. And that was Zab Judah. Because Zab Judah was fast enough, punched hard enough. Zab just didn't have the same respect and love for the game and respect for his craft like Floyd does. That's the difference. That's the difference. No, Victor Ortiz, he's soft in the middle, man. That dude is softer than grandma's love. He's built, he got Kool-Aid pumping through his veins. And he was on Colin's show a few days ago. And he said Floyd doesn't punch hard, can't punch his way out of a paper bag. I took 4 right hands. Yeah, but your ass also went to sleep. That sounds like a convenient excuse. And then he quit in another fight. I listen to nothing Victor Ortiz says because mind you, it takes a whole lot of guts and strength to be a boxer. So I'm not going to call him a coward. But compared to the regular population, he's got heart, because it takes something serious in you to be a professional boxer. But compared to other professional boxers, he's soft in the middle, if you'll allow me that. Every fighter is surprised by Mayweather's power, because you have these big volume punchers who fight him. And guess what? They stop throwing punches. Come on, man. Come on. DeLaHoya did give Floyd the work for a little while, and then Floyd came back and tapped that ass. And I don't know if you guys see, but I wore my shirt, my shirt my wife got me just for today's thing. It says, "Don't be a DMB." If you are a Ronda Rousey fan or you are a UFC fan, you know what that means. Don't be a do nothing bitch. And Conor McGregor is going to do nothing in this fight. You guys, thank you guys for joining me today. Right or wrong, unafraid. Please share the feed and follow. Know the fight's not rigged. Please follow, and we will continue the conversation tomorrow. I'm super excited. All right, peace out.